This is the Dallas Morning News.
It's Tuesday, July 29th. Sunny and hot again today with a high of 99. Not much relief on the way this evening with an overnight low of 80, or for the rest of the week for that matter. The heat will continue to rise, with Thursday looking like it could be the hottest day of the year so far, with a high predicted to approach the daily record of 106. Here are today's headlines. On Monday, Dallas Independent School District Superintendent Stephanie Elizalde said she is lifting a hiring freeze on central administration positions after the federal government gave billions of dollars back to public schools last week. The Trump administration announced it would release billions of dollars in grants to schools for adult literacy, English language instruction, and other programs. Federal officials withheld $6 billion in funding on July 1st as part of a review to ensure spending aligned with the White House's priorities. The funding freeze had been challenged by several lawsuits as educators, members of Congress from both parties, and others called for the administration to release the money. Congress had appropriated the funds in a bill signed this year by President Donald Trump. School superintendents warned they would have to eliminate academic services without the money. In Dallas, the funding freeze would have left schools with a $22 million hole. The money covered roughly 150 staff positions. In other news, McKinney has started construction on a passenger terminal at its airport, which city officials expect will support commercial flights provided by a low-cost airline by late next year. The $79 million project to bring commercial air service to Collin County has faced opposition from taxpayers and neighbors over environmental concerns and a failed ballot initiative. Despite two failed bond elections for airport expansion, its growth has continued with the support of other state and local funds. McKinney leaders say the passenger terminal project marks a new era in North Texas aviation history. Officials hope the airport becomes a regional alternative to Dallas Love Field or DFW International. The terminal will be roughly 46,000 square feet with 4 gates and the capacity to expand to 6 gates. Next up, the U.S. Department of Justice announced 18 convictions from Operation Grayskull, a joint effort between the Department of Justice and the FBI that dismantled 4 dark web child pornography sites. The cases were across the U.S. and 7 other countries, according to a news release from the Justice Department. The websites, some of the most egregious on the dark web, were dedicated to images and videos of child sexual abuse. They also contained detailed advice on how to avoid detection by law enforcement. A Dallas area man was convicted for his involvement in the websites. Richard Smith was prosecuted in the Eastern District of Texas and charged with transportation of child pornography. He was sentenced in January of last year to a little more than 14 years in prison. And Big Tex's boots were made for walking. His iconic cowboy boots are leaving Dallas and making their way on a cross-country road trip to Washington, D.C. The State Fair of Texas is loaning a pair of boots from the 55-foot-tall icon to the Smithsonian American Art Museum's upcoming exhibition, State Fair's Growing American Craft, at its Renwick Gallery. The boots started their journey on July 28th and are scheduled to arrive in the U.S. Capitol on the 1st. The exhibit will be showcased from August 22nd through September 7th of next year. State Fair's Growing American Craft is a culmination of 5 years of research dedicated to showcasing work contributed to state fairs across the U.S. by artists. The more than 240 works on display date back to the mid-19th century and explore the roles state fairs have played in fostering craft traditions. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.